guys, Little Aussie Mel here doing my week 25 and week 26 update because I missed last week. So I've actually just realised when I looked at what week I was up to that I'm week 26 today, so today's my 6-month post-op VSG update. I'll go straight to the numbers. My highest ever weight was 105 kilos or 231 pounds. My pre-op diet starting weight was 97.4 kilos or 214 pounds. For my weigh-in last week, I weighed in at 72.5 kilos or 169.5 pounds, which was a 0.8 kilo or 1.76 pound loss for the week. And then this week I've weighed in at 71.9 kilos or 158.1 pounds, which is a 0.6 kilo or 1.3 pound loss for the week. So yeah, so it's really good. It just, my weight loss seems to be back into a steady loss of somewhere between half a kilo and a kilo a week. So I'm really happy if it keeps continuing on like that. So I think that now means total I've lost around, I don't know, 34 kilos or 70 something, maybe 75 pounds or something like that. So I've got a fair bit I want to cover today. I don't have any notes, so I don't know, I'll probably forget stuff, but I'll see how I go. So last week's update, so I spent part of that week in Malaysia for my best friend's wedding, and yeah, the wedding was awesome. The holiday was great, beautiful resort, and everything went really well for that. Weight loss surgery wise, I had a NSV where I wore my cozy or my swimsuit with no board shorts, and I didn't sort of walk around in a sarong or a towel or anything. There was even a water slide there, which normally I wouldn't have gone on because you have to kind of get out of the pool and walk around and up onto the platform and all that stuff, wearing nothing but your cozy. So I would never have done that before, but I went on the slide with Penny, and yeah, and even went down to the beach, which I would never have done before without having some kind of cover up to go from like the sand down to the water and back out again. I felt self-conscious doing it, way more self-conscious than I did when I was in Tampa with all other weight loss surgery people, which I kind of expected. My husband was really supportive with that. He was like, no, go down, stand by the water and let me take some photos of you, because he said, I don't think you realise how good you really look. You're still imagining that you're way bigger than you are. So yeah, so he took a couple of pictures of me playing with the kids down by the water, and yeah, I guess I was pleasantly surprised. I still didn't love what I saw, but yeah, I guess I could see that I did look more normal than I probably thought I did. Also at the wedding there was a lot of like family members of the bride who I've sort of grew up with, you know, high school and all that kind of stuff, so I hadn't seen them for years, and they were all, you know, really complimentary about, you know, how I was looking and stuff, so that was really nice. The other like interesting thing about the holiday was because it was buffet breakfast every morning, and the wedding itself was buffet with just a massive amount of food and lobster and just so much variety, and so I did find breakfasts really quite, I mean, I didn't really care that I couldn't eat. I was a little bit sort of sad that I couldn't eat everything, but over the course of the week I still was able to try everything in the breakfast buffet, because I just had a taste of a few things each morning, and throughout the week I covered most of it. But the real hard part was the actual wedding reception dinner. We planned on having a big night with some drinks, and so we had a nanny hired, you know, so we didn't have to go worry about the kids, and my main thing, like we kind of sat down, so I only wanted to have a tiny bit to eat so that I could kind of focus on having drinks. And the worst person on the night was actually my husband. I thought he would be a lot more supportive, but he, you know, he'd had a few drinks already, so he was maybe not thinking as much as normal. So he kept, you know, he ate heaps of food, so he kept going back for more things and kept saying, oh wow, the food is amazing, you've got to try this and you should try that, and here, just have a bite of this. And I just kept politely saying, you know, no thanks, I'm good, no I'm fine, I've finished eating. You know, how many different ways can you politely say, stop trying to force feed me? And then at one point he even brought back like a whole plate of like things for me to try, thinking that I could try 5 or 6 mouthfuls of different things when I'd already told him I was full. So it really started to piss me off, to be quite honest. And then I went to get a drink from the bar that they'd sort of provided for the night, and the only alcohol options were champagne and beer. So there weren't any non-carbonated drinks for me to partake in. So I had a bit of a moment where I was just feeling really crappy about the whole situation. But luckily my gorgeous friend Franny, she could see what Brett was doing, and she said she thought I was going to stab him with the look in my eyes. So or punch him in the head, one of the two. So she was awesome. She went over to one of the bars that were nearby, and she grabbed one of the waiters and brought him over to the table with the cocktail menu, and we ordered me 2 cocktails so that I could just, you know, wouldn't have to keep going back and forth to the bar that was a little bit away. And she was like, don't worry, like, just, you know, I'll be your husband for the night, I'll look after you. So she was great. She kept yeah, just so supportive, and I hope everybody out there has a friend like that that understands, that pays attention to the new kind of rules of life after you've had surgery, and kind of helps you through those awkward moments post-op. So I love you very much, Franny. As for my beautiful friend Lisa in the wedding, my gosh, she just looked stunning. When she realised that I was having the issue with the not because she saw me getting drinks from the other bar and said, what are you doing going over there? There's free booze over here. But so she felt really awful when she realised the situation. She didn't know I couldn't have carbonation, so I didn't expect her to be worrying about that when she's trying to plan a whole wedding. So yeah, I hope she didn't feel bad about that. I think that was all I really wanted to talk about at the wedding and last week. So this week, I'd kind of been toying with the idea over the last few weeks about coming out of the VSG closet, because I've only told my immediate family and a couple of close friends, and I had sworn Brett to secrecy, to not tell any of his family or any of his friends, and that's kind of been a bit of an issue with us at the moment. We have been having some problems in our marriage, and he felt very limited to who he could talk to within his family, because he felt like he couldn't just be honest about stuff. So I sort of gave him the green light to tell who he felt he needed to tell about my surgery. And then we also had Brett's brother and sister-in-law and her kids, or their kids, come and stay with us over the weekend. And she was one of the ones that I kind of wanted to tell originally, but I kind of, she can be quite opinionated, you know, in a good way. She just tells it how it is. So I knew she would, you know, possibly not, yeah, I just didn't really know what she would have to say. And on the flip side too, she's always had roughly 10 kilos, like, you know, 25 pounds that she wants to lose, and is always sort of on some form of diet or something like that. So I did kind of feel like there might be a bit of jealousy, or like, you know, the mentality of that I've taken the easy way out if I'm, you know, suddenly start shrinking down skinnier than her, because I've always been a fair bit bigger than her. So I was just really unsure how she would react to that. She knew I'd lost a lot of weight, but I just told her that I was eating, you know, really small portions and exercising, and didn't sort of go into the whole reason. So yeah, so I told her and her husband, my brother-in-law, about the surgery when they got to our house, and I was really, really disappointed with her reaction. She kind of just went, oh, well, I knew you weren't telling me the whole truth, because, you know, there's no way you could be losing weight. So, you know, I see you on my fitness pal every week, you're losing weight. And she's like, you know, and I'm out there dieting and working my butt off every week, and, you know, and I'm not losing weight like you, so I knew you must have been doing something. That kind of attitude. And then I just sort of, she said, oh, a friend of hers had lap band and had lost weight, and I said, oh, well, it's not lap band, it's sort of kind of like a permanent version of lap band. And she went, oh, permanent? Oh, you should have just got onto my trainer. She does all your weekly menu plans and makes it all so easy, and you know, blah blah blah, and then just changed the subject. So she didn't sort of ask me any questions about like what surgery I had actually had done and what it meant for me, and yeah, she just didn't want to know about it. So yeah, so then we had, the following day we had a big, you know, family reunion kind of thing for Brett's grandma's 80th birthday, so, you know, that's why they were coming to stay with us, and heaps of family there, and I hadn't seen them all since before I had surgery, so that was awesome. They were all, like, they're a really lovely family, so they were all just coming up saying, Mel, what have you done? Oh my God, where's the rest of you? Or, Brett, you've got a new wife, what's going on? And all just, yeah, really positive, really supportive feedback. I had planned to tell whoever asked me, like, how I was losing the weight, to tell them about surgery. So I did tell, only one of the cousins actually asked me how I'd been losing the weight, so I told her that I'd had surgery, and she was like, oh, good on you, like, yeah, whatever you've got to do to, you know, to achieve what you want to achieve, like, that's so great. And yeah, so she was fantastic. And yeah, so it was kind of interesting to see the difference of opinions there. So yeah, I guess it's kind of, you know, people are always torn about, do you tell or you don't tell? And I think the issue for me has always been that I knew that some people would react in ways that would annoy me. But the problem is, it's very hard to control just telling some people and just telling the others. So I knew that if, especially with Brett's family being very close, I knew that if I told one person, everybody would know. So I had to just make the decision that everybody knows or nobody knows. So yeah, so I guess it's out there now, and I don't really care, to be honest. I'm really trying to let go of worrying about what people think. That's always been something that has plagued me. In particular, I've been making a lot of really hard decisions in my personal life at the moment, and one of the huge things that has held me back from that and caused me a lot of stress over the decisions that I've been talking to my family about has been that they don't necessarily agree with the things that I'm wanting to do at the moment, and it really upsets me when they kind of go against, or not really go against, but they're just giving me their opinion, and if their opinion is that they don't agree with what I'm doing, it really upsets me and causes me a great deal of stress. So I'm trying to let go of that. It's really hard to do, but at the end of the day, I just have to realize that, you know, I can't please everybody. I have to please myself, as long as I'm not unnecessarily hurting anybody, and I'm thinking, you know, always putting my children first and myself first, then yeah, if people don't agree with what I do, then that's their problem, I guess. And I think too, it's just made me realise that I need to focus on talking to people who are just going to be there to support me by just listening to what I'm going through, listening to the things I feel like I want to do, and supporting me through that, rather than telling me how they think I should be living my life, because I've always been a bit of a rebel in that regards. Like, if somebody tells me what I should be doing, it kind of almost makes me want to push even harder against that to kind of prove them that, well, you know, this is my life, even though it upsets me that they don't agree with me. But it's complicated, aren't we all? So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that I didn't realise today was my 6-month video, because I did want to have all my measurements for my 6-month video, and I don't have them with me, so I'll have to do that next week. Also, just quickly wanted to talk about the Aussie meet and greet. I'm not sure what's happened, but I've just got heaps of registrations coming in every day now. So I think the guest list is up to about 75. Most people have ticked the box saying that they're interested in there being a cruise option on Sydney Harbour, like just an evening cruise. If the cost is under $50 a person, which with 75 people I can easily organise something for around $50 a head, maybe even with some drinks paid for. So yeah, so, and it's still like 5 months away, so a little under 5 months away. So between now and then, I think, you know, we could possibly even get maybe 200 people at the rate that people are registering. So yeah, so that's exciting. I've got, my uni semester is sort of, you know, finishing up over the next 4 weeks, and I've got stacks of assignments and studying to do. So once all that is out of the way, I'm going to go into party planning mode and yeah, get some stuff organised, get some extra activities, like West Osbell was talking about wanting to do the Harbour Bridge climb while she's in Sydney, which I was also thinking of doing. So I might, yeah, contact them and see if I can get some kind of group rate discount and make that an option for people to do. So the event's on the Friday night, the 10th of October, and so maybe, I don't think anyone's going to want to do a bridge climb on the Saturday, but if I organise it maybe for Sunday or something like that, that could be really good. So I'll organise a few bits and pieces and give people the option to add on some activities. Yeah, so if you want to go and check out the details on the event, it's www.wondersleevesdownunder.com, and you can register online. It's free at the moment, but if we do the cruise option, we'll probably still sort of have like a 2 or 3 hours of the event being like a free portion of it at the Argyle Hotel, and then we'll move on to the harbour cruise after that for anyone who, so that people who, you know, didn't want to spend money on a cruise can still come and meet everybody and have a good night. So anyway, that's it for me. I've got a stack of stuff to do today. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about. Anyway, I'll talk about it next week if I've forgotten. Okay, have a great day, people, and I'll see you next week. Bye.